Right. Did I brief about issues with online gaming industry? Yes or no? Highlight the issues. 10 minutes lo fast ga cheppam kada. Write a question. Critically discuss or critically analyze the need for regulating online gaming industry in India. Critically analyze the need for regulating online gaming industry in India. Suggest way forward for proper regulation of this sector. Suggest way forward for proper regulation of this sector. So we discussed about, in the previous session we discussed about various ways of whether it is game of skill or game of chance. Another dimension which we discussed was whether it is gambling or is it really a gaming industry. Fine, the differentiation should be you have to differentiate. And we have, India has lot of advantages in this context because technically lot of technology oriented things are there. More than 400 plus online gaming industries are there. Lot of youth demographics is there. Because with respect to population composition, working age population from 20 years to 65 years age, this is the highest proportion which we have. Almost it goes up to 60% in India. So they want some engagement, okay? So youth demography, so there is market. There is a huge market presence. Skills are also there. We are highly service sector oriented industry, yes or no? More than 60% of the population are dependent on agriculture, but the contribution of service sector is highest among all these. So skill sector, so skills unnai, technology undi, startups ecosystem baagundi, IT policy is good. All these are also enabling development of various things. New form of entertainment. It is a new form of entertainment with the penetration of digital mediums, easy availability of smartphones and all these things, internet connectivity, digital India, and new form of education tools also. Social awareness also can be generated with respect to games. Yes or no? Education based links, kids involvement with respect to these things. Okay, so only positive we have to start any topic. All these things we did. Then there is a chance of getting more FDI also, foreign direct investments. Lot of market capitalization can be done. Employment generation also can be done with this because it is a creative skill. So what is the difference between art and a science? What is the difference between art and science? Art and culture in paper 1, science in paper 3, sir. What is art and science? See, science or anything, if a plus b whole square, then the comments go out, a square plus b square plus 2ab, this is science, it is fixed. Artistic ante ide same danni, the same a plus b whole square, if you give it a graphic designer, he will show in different themes. So art you can't learn. There is a creative component, huge amount of, people will learn many kind of things, no doubt about it, but the creative dimension, innovation dimension is very high. If I do tapasya also, I can't become singer. Yes or no? So like that. So art has its own innate talent. In the same manner, we have to look at this thing. Now this industry is lot of creative potential is there. Our culture can be portrayed in online games. Why only Western games? Indian games, many things. Alibaba, Nalabai Dangalu, edana cheyochu. So huge scope is there. These are the advantages which are opened up. Is sunrise sector, new things. It's emerging sector. Lot of scope is there, and we can write the favorable things. Now you look at the other aspects of it. Anta baane undi. But what about addiction component? What about the online gaming industry algorithms being manipulated by online gaming companies? What about crypto or digital frauds which can happen? If this thing is not regulated, how many people are giving, how many people are losing money, we don't know. Because in the digital domain, there is a lot of anonymity. Who is doing what? There is no clear-cut identification. There is a huge scope of misuse. Okay. Round tripping can happen. Black money can be used. Cryptocurrencies also can be used. So illegal activities can also be there especially in the context of online gaming industry. Yes or no? So generally the funding mechanism for antisocial elements is human trafficking, drugs, and arms. These are the three traditional areas. What are they? Human trafficking, drugs, and arms. Now this is also showing cryptocurrency and this online gaming industry is also showing another potential area for antisocial elements. So if they enter into the things, then things will be manipulated in a big manner. Yes or no? Underworld. Generally it is being said that underworld, what is underworld? Underground cellar. In Mumbai and all these cities, it is being told that these people are owners of all these gambling things, and yes or no? So that is a type of funding mechanism is there. Organized crime, antisocial element, terrorism, all are linked in their own way. So if you are not regulating this, a kind of, bank recovery, it is in the news nowadays. Yes or no? Bank recovery agents are behaving in a cruel manner. When peer-to-peer lending is coming into picture, what is peer-to-peer lending? P2P lending. Peer-to-peer lending ante enti? It's not going to the traditional banking system and getting loan. I have 1 lakh rupee, you require 50,000 rupee. I don't know you, you don't know me. All our documents will be connected by a in-between mediator. It's just like Ola. Ola is a mediator. It owns nothing. Actually, it only owns the app. So peer-to-peer lending means people who have money temporarily, they can loan it to some other person. Aadhaar card will be there, license, so that proof can be maintained. Collateral will be less. Even no collateral also. Whereas if you go to normal traditional bank, you have all the documents, you already took a loan. Will he give another extra loan? Very difficult. Loan, మొత్తం ఉంగరాన్ని పెట్టిపోమంటాడు. అది కూడా తీసుకోడు. Bank will not accept that also. Money lenders తీసుకుంటారు. So దాన్ని తగ్గించడానికి we have a new concept of peer-to-peer lending. So అట్లాగే ఆన్లైన్ గేమింగ్ ఇండస్ట్రీలో కూడా then they are using lot of these kinds of people are using lot of recovery agents unfortunately. సో అక్కడ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వస్తున్నాయి. ఇక్కడ ఇలాగే ఇఫ్ దీంట్లోనే ఇన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటే ఇమాజిన్ ద థింగ్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ ఇన్ ఆన్లైన్ గేమింగ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ. బెట్టింగ్, ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ అనేబుల్ టు పే, దే యూజ్ వెరీ హార్ష్ మెథడ్స్. వీ డోంట్ నో వాట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్. సో డెఫినెట్లీ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు బి regulated. Whether, now the point of debate it is whether it is allowed or not. Some states are saying completely ban them. Complete banning, considering this much of potential, complete banning is not a solution. We have to regulate it. Anna dimensions lo you have to go. So way forward lo we have to regulate independent agencies. You have to create. All these things can be done. Some extra points you have to mention with respect to parental control. Because online gaming industry is very addictive. Anything online is very addictive. You see lot of movies on your OTT platforms because among all our sensory organs, our vision, what you see, that is more imprinted on you. So generally studies also says that if you are watching movies or TV continuously, your cognitive capacity will decrease. Because you are not participating in it actively. Oh, you are only seeing, nor there is kon justar, bolke. Nothing you will not imagine. But if you read a book, the same movie, if you read it in the book, you imagine a lot. It will be imprinted in your memory for a long time because there is a continuous working. So OTT platforms are all these things, anything visual. That's the reason children are getting addicted. There are children, 3 years, 4 years children, they will not eat also if phones are not given to them. So this is a new form of addiction. Dani regulate chal. Can governments do it? Can governments make a law from night, from aaj raat 12 baje se? Can they? They can't. Because control is on parents. Okay. So our dimension another miss. Social skills anevi tagutai. Everything will be in the phone. Nowadays also WhatsApp is happening. Pakana nodto matladu. Will not talk with the person aside, but will tell hi. Everything online. Right? WhatsApp chatting and all those things. So social skills that will be gone. We are a highly diverse society. In a very high diverse society, social interactions are the strength of such kind of diverse societies. If they break, the existence of society will be in danger. Yes or no? Because you feel that other person is different. Then next level you feel that he is a threat to you. You will not accept his diversity. So that is another thing. If you are severely addicted to online, not only gaming, anything more in online things is a threat initially. Socialization lone vastundi. And there is another thing. All these games are not good. There is a lot of violence in it. Yes or no? People are so involved, PUBG, and they died also. Yes or no? Involved. They don't know what is happening. Train is coming, dashing. Many things were happening. Not only that, violence component. So that will have a huge impact in the growth of the child. Especially children ki regulation anedi baga strong ga undali. So infrastructure, enhance employment opportunity, these are the anyway which you can write the points. Use this industry to generate more revenue, but in a good manner, in a regulated manner, and enhance skills. Okay. Rather than we playing some other games, we should create games. Our culture, see, Bonalu game, can it be created? Yes or no? The main aim of the Bonam has to reach the temple, suppose like that. In old city streets. That itself many things can be created. Huge festival diversity is there in the country. Not only festival, chala things. Fine. So these are the areas, online gaming things, which we can look into. So next topic we'll go. In the last topic, we just briefed these things. Another thing which is there is whether we should have a strict population policy. News is coming. Soon we are going to cross China. Yes or no? Then Uttar Pradesh created its own population policy. Very interesting thing to note is India is the first country in the world to formally launch a family planning program. In 1950s itself, we launched what? Family planning. We are the first country in the world to do that, to have a formal family planning program. But still the population is... So what are the reasons for high population growth in the country? Write a theme. Any thematic we can go. What are the... See, prelims and mains you can't differentiate. So it comes. Any point can be coming. Now, if you write a theme, what are the causes for high population growth in the country? What are the causes for high population growth in the country? Discuss the need for strict population policy. Okay. Ingo form. Another way of putting the question on this topic is causes rasamu, impact rasamu. It's okay. Causes and impacts dimension lo. What are the causes for high population growth and what is its impact? Alagoda you can frame a question. Okay. Or third way of looking at is how India's population policy should be. Okay. As we are going into third to fourth stage of demographic transition, blah, blah, blah. It means youth. We are in the more youth stage. Demographic transition model is a different theme altogether. Generally depicts the age structure in any society. Some of you might have known, we explained that. So when we are going in this transition state, what should be our population policy? In all these dimensions, this theme can come. Okay, already UPSC has asked a question which can be discussed like this. Which causes what? Is poverty causing population growth or population growth causing poverty? Now don't link religion or any communal elements here. See, North India, South India, one Uttar Pradesh. Actually, the news is there because Uttar Pradesh launched a population policy. The main things of the population policy is total fertility rate. This is UP population policy. The population policy related by Uttar Pradesh. Total fertility rate, they want to control it to 2.1. Replacement levels. Means 2 people will at most give rise to 2 children. Something like that, technically. So they want to reduce the total fertility rate by 2030. 2026 variki 2030 ki inka takku cheyalani 1.7. They have targeted First reduce to 2.1, then 1.7 also by 2030. These targets they have given. So it's not that you have to remember everything, but interesting thing why I have told this, they are going below 2.1. Why? Because they have excess population. So that's the reason they are forcing us. Now, can we go for that target? That became a debate. Like China's one child policy. Okay, should we give like restrictions they can impose? అంటే ఈ పాలసీలో చెప్పలేదు కానీ స్లోలీ ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్, పీపుల్ హూ ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ మోర్ దాన్ 2 children can't participate in government jobs, can't open, have to pay fine, all the strict policies. It's not that UP is doing that as of now, recent kabatti, but there are apprehensions. Should we control population of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar or some of the states which are having high population growth? Should we make strict rules? Children will not be registered properly. Strict, there is no end to strictness. Na? So should we take a method taken by China? China did what? One child policy. Nobody knows what happened to the other children. It is not a democratic country, right? So there are allegations that people are given injections also. Children are given injections. Kill. ఆ స్టేజ్ కూడా చేశారు అని కొన్ని రిపోర్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. Right, we don't know. See, for us freedom is granted, na, so we can talk anything nonsensical, nobody will ask. But that's not the case everywhere. Okay, world is not so safe. Now, when such things are there, so did they control the population? Yes. So should also we take a very strong, strict measure? Like India's population policy, in spite of, ila kuda question ravachu. India had family planning program in 1950s itself. But still we are unable to control population. Why? Because our approach to population growth control is only targeted based. Okay, do surgeries. This thing, mostly because if you take tubectomy or vasectomy, it's very easy to be done on a male and it is reversible also. But most of the family planning operations are done to women because patriarchal mindset. Right, we gave targets to doctors. This much of times, this many people you do, this much bonus you will get. So targeted based approach is not working because things will not work on force. Okay, in emergency time it became much more complicated. Forceful surgeries operations were done, which was severely resisted. Okay, whoever is young, they used to take them and do surgery without knowing whether he is married, whether he has children. Okay, so like these things were done. So it's not about 1 or 2 incidents, but the issue here is why we are unable to control population means we didn't understand the causal factors. Population growth is higher not because people are fancy in producing cricket team or football team. It's not like that. It's not about contraceptives also. All these are the factors, no doubt. But major factor is high death rate. Okay, in our previous time, we don't know which child used to survive. There is high death rate. So birth rate also will be higher. Not only that, poverty is higher. In all poor families, birth rate will be higher. More children will be born. Why? Because for a poor man, if there are more hands in his home, each person will do some manual job. They can sustain. So poverty, health, education, infrastructure, these are the actual causes for reducing what? Actual areas which we have to focus if we really want to control population. Without focusing on that, we focused on only single target which will not work. Garibi Hatao, the focus on poverty came only in 1970s. Why did we focus on Garibi Hatao or exclusively on poverty till 20-25 years? Why did we delay? Because we believed on our planning. Which effect? Trickle down effect. Automatically, if you build some institutions, all the sections of the society, including lower sections also will be benefited. That was our exemption. That trickle down didn't happen. అందుకే మనం స్కూల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ని స్ట్రాంగ్ చేయకుండా డైరెక్ట్లీ వీ బిల్డ్ ఐఐటీస్. స్మాల్ సెక్టర్ కాటేజ్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ స్ట్రెంథన్ చేయకుండా వీ బిల్ట్ BHEL. We built big industries. No doubt we have to build big, but we have to take care about small also. So this poverty elimination strategy, which was based on which effect? Trickle down effect. It's trickle down. It has to trickle down, right? This didn't take place. Nothing came down. Everything went up. So poverty increased. Green revolution also happened. So more food we got. If food is available, malnutrition will be less. Survival rates will be high. Okay, so poverty is the one of the causes for what? Population growth. In one dimension. That's the reason UP population is 20 crores. Whole South India included. Yes or no? Because state is poor. It's not about one religion. It's not about one culture. The one important dimension is poverty. Fine. So in applied questions also can come like this, already asked, poverty caused population or population caused poverty. Because general understanding is if there is more population, resources will be less. Okay, 10 lakh people, only 1000 seats. Scarcity will be there. So there will be more. Poverty will increase. If population is high, poverty will be high. So rendu unnai thoughts. Poverty valla population vastundi. Population పెరగటం వల్ల పావర్టీ వస్తుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ ట్రూ ఇన్ ఇండియన్ కంటెక్స్ట్ అని అన్నారు క్వశ్చన్. బోత్ ఆర్ ట్రూ. ఇనీషియల్ స్టేజెస్లో వన్ డైరెక్షన్, ఇప్పుడున్న స్టేజ్లో పాపులేషన్ ఈస్ గెటింగ్ మోర్ పావర్టీ. బోత్ ఆర్ ట్రూ. స్టేజ్ బై స్టేజ్ హ్యావ్ అక్కర్డ్ ఇన్ ఇండియన్ కంటెక్స్ట్. సో వెదర్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ ఏ పాపులేషన్ పాలసీ అంటే వాళ్ళు ద మెయిన్ థింగ్ విచ్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఫోకస్ ఆన్ వాస్ డెత్ రేట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డిక్రీస్. సో IMR, రెడ్యూస్ టోటల్ ఫెర్టిలిటీ రేట్, రెడ్యూస్ ఇన్ఫాంట్ mortality rate, maternal mortality rate. ఎలా మెజర్ చేస్తారు maternal mortality rate? Number of women who are dying for 1 lakh live births. 1 lakh అంటే 1 lakh డెలివరీ, లైవ్ బర్త్ డెలివరీలో how many women are dying. ఆ కంటెక్స్ట్ ఈజ్ మెజర్డ్ ఇన్ వేర్ maternal mortality rate. Whereas infant mortality rate కి అయితే number of children dying for 1000 live births. ఒకటి చిల్డ్రన్ ఇన్ఫాంట్స్ ది, ఒకటి మదర్ ది. రెడ్యూస్ దీస్ థింగ్స్, రెడ్యూస్ టోటల్ ఫెర్టిలిటీ రేట్. దీస్ ఆర్ ద టార్గెట్స్ గివెన్ ఇన్ అవర్ Uttar Pradesh policy. They have also addressed about usage of contraceptives. Varieties of contraceptive methods are there. That itself can be a prelims question. What is IUD? Which is safer? Which is more easier? List of which of the following are most suitable? So Allah they can manipulate as far as prelims orientation questions are concerned. Okay, yes. Yeah, see the target is, the doubt asked is if you control this IMR and MMR, how population will be controlled. If IMR and MMR controlled, that is means we are controlling death rate. Yes or no? If you are controlling death rate, less people are dying, automatically more children are produced or less children are produced? Less children, more children will survive. See, our parents' generation has 4 siblings, 5 siblings. 2 reasons I told in the beginning of this topic. 2 important reasons are, one is poverty, other is high death rate. Which sibling will die, there is no guarantee. Even a simple infection can be dangerous. Now, 2, at the max 2, even 1 in the future, no child. Like in the direction the society is going. Yes or no? Because death rate is controlled, life expectancy is increased. So andukani ee policies ichindi, the Uttar Pradesh government has given all these directions. What is the problem with this policy? It's good na, it wants to control the population, but how you are controlling, that is the debate. Okay, so targets are given in the policy, but how they implement, that is important. Whether you are doing the same mistake like done by India's family planning, forceful, these things, or you are addressing the poverty, unemployment, disguised unemployment in agriculture, various infrastructure issues, access to health care, ఇవన్నీ ఇంప్రూవ్ చేస్తే ఆటోమేటికల్లీ పాపులేషన్ ఏమవుతుంది, తగ్గుతుంది. ఓకే, సో వీఆర్ రిలేటివ్లీ రిచర్ దాన్ అవర్ పేరెంట్స్ జనరేషన్. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? సో ఆటోమేటికల్లీ పాపులేషన్ ఏమైంది, స్టెబిలైజ్ అయిందా లేదా? More education. If you do women's education, she will determine what has to be done. So what are the causes of population growth anadani konni points raste, you can write all these things which I discussed till now. So write some of the causes of population growth in India. Improper implementation of family planning programs. That can be one cause. Okay. Then lack of focus on poverty elimination. If poverty is controlled, automatically population will be controlled. Just like analogy, if you are rich, suppose you have 2 Benz cars, to good 2-3 houses, you have more capability to bring 3 or 4 children or not? It's very easy. But what will happen actually? You will have 1 or 2 children. Relatively, that's what. Okay, so it's not about one dimension. Society will go in, multiple factors will play a game. 2 children are there, we will take care of them. 1 for UPSC, 1 for doctor. Then also UPSC. Fine. Lack of focus on poverty elimination. Third dimension, lack of access to affordable health care. What is the paradox with respect to healthcare in India? Healthcare lo paradox enti? We have exceptional super specialty clinics, but very poor primary healthcare. Okay, so minimum things, whether it is availability of contraceptives or whether it is availability of proper diagnosis, simple infections. IMR and MMR are still high in India. Lot of improvement is there, no doubt. They are high because we are not addressing the basic things. Okay, so affordable healthcare things are there. Then fourth point which you can write is sun preference. Can this increase population growth? Sun preference. There is a friend of mine, 4 girls. 5th one is boy. She openly tells, we are there because when 5th son got bought, they stopped planning children. Okay, sun preference is also one of the reason for population growth. Now the problem is things will come in multiple ways, especially social dimensions. If you are strictly adhering to population control policies, 1 or 2 child, automatically preference will come to what? Boy or girl? Boy. So will a strict population control policy will automatically increase female infanticide. Yes or no? You can have only 1 child or 2 childs. Mostly they will prefer, unfortunately, boy child. What about the useless fellow? That's a different thing. But preference will be there for boys. So alla replicate outai. Okay, already sex ratio is under danger. Things are improving. Let's see. So another thing which you can, sun preference is also growth for population, high population growth. We can write illiteracy, especially female. Okay. So lack of reproductive rights, female education, all these things are there. Now general points kuda rayachu. Low death rate. We have controlled death rates. What is the average life expectancy at the time of independence? Same point చెప్తూనే ఉంటా ఎప్పుడు. 28 or 32 years. అంతే. UPSC upper age limit. 32 years. అంతే. At the time of where? Independence. We control death rate. Now it is 68, 69. Okay. But birth rate we didn't control much. Population will explode. Ante kada? Death rate is controlled. Birth rate is high. Average age of women for marriage 18 years. Monna 21 chesaru. Okay. So still age of inka child marriages are high. So having high prevalence of child marriages is also cause of more population growth and raicha? Yes or no? Yes, obviously. At the time very baga younger marriage aithe more chances of producing more children. At the UPSC preparation ko vacharu anukondi, you will marry at the age of 32, children will be born at the age of 35, one child settled. Okay, like that. Fine. So child marriages are also one of the cause for high population growth. Immigration kuda undi. Immigrants, India is open, it has open border with Nepal. A lot of legal and illegal migrants ఎంతమంది వస్తున్నారో కూడా మనకి తెలియదు. సో immigration is also a scope, one of the factors for lot of population growth. Okay, poverty is also, ఇంకా add-ons రాసుకోవచ్చు. Poverty itself is a cause. ఆ పాయింట్ రాయొచ్చు కదా, simply put, having poverty, high prevalence of poverty itself is a cause of population growth. Okay, these are the ways which are there. So we have to control poverty or not, see population or not. Yes, infrastructure pressure is there. So what are the impacts of high population growth ante, you can write the impacts with respect to various dimensions. You can write the impact. Economic impact of what? Impact of what? High population. ఇందాక రీజన్స్ ఫర్ పాపులేషన్ గ్రోత్ చూసాం, అవునా కదా? వాట్ ఆర్ ద రీజన్స్ ఫర్ హై పాపులేషన్? ఇప్పుడు ఇంపాక్ట్, ఎకనామిక్ ఇంపాక్ట్, సోషల్ ఇంపాక్ట్, ఓకే, విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు వేరియస్ థింగ్స్. ఇంకా దీంట్లోనే ఇంక అన్నీ రాయొచ్చు. ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్, డిస్గైజ్డ్ అన్ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఉండదు. సోషల్ డైమెన్షన్స్ యూ క్యాన్ పుట్. సో ఎకనామిక్ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ యూ క్యాన్ రైట్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ద థింగ్స్. Budgetary things will not be there. Infrastructure bottlenecks will be there. Urban areas pressure will be under high pressure. Slums will be created. Yes or no? Basic amenities also will not be available. Forest pollution also will be there. Economical, meta, other effects. Because more, why Musi is black? Yes or no? Musi is source of water. Hyderabad is constructed, but we are dumping high, which are unable to manage. Okay? So population impact, environmental impacts, avanni. Crime, put social dimensions manam baga chudali. Conflicts will be higher in a society. Social unrest will be there because only few. See in Delhi, especially when this UPSC examination, positive competition kaakunda negative competition will be higher. You will not bother who is beside, whether he is surviving, whether he died. Nothing. Desperation, not only in examination orientation, with respect to many fields, there is intense competition. Do or die. Everywhere, once in a lifetime is fine. Everything, do or die. Okay, starting from basic needs to career perspective work, with respect to home or anything. So that is not good for society. This cutthroat competition in every dimension is not good. Social unrest will be higher. This can be manipulated. If resources are scarce, communal conflicts will be higher. The statement can be given, communalism is more about politics rather than religion. Communal rights is more about politics rather than religion. Okay, social conflicts will be higher. It's very easy. So you might have in Rayalaseema region, you might have heard about lot of faction. Why not now? Why it is decreased now? Because poverty is there. Anantapur, Kadapa, many districts are rain shadow region. Scarcity. Agriculture is under severe stress. So it's very easy to give conflicts in that region. Now water is there, if irrigation is there, everybody, our pani vallu cheskuntaru. Of course, law also made its role, no doubt. So ekkadaithe welfareism baaguntundo, resources equally distribute avutayo, then conflicts will reduce. It's not about mentality of people. No. Okay, that will be only limited role only. So social unrest, social cohesion, inequality is higher. Fine. Only few people will have access to resources. All these are the effects of what? High population growth. Okay. So minimum age of marriage. Way forward em rayali. What should be the way forward? Don't do a forceful thing. Forceful thing will not control the population. Unnecessary female infanticide or feticide will increase if you do forcefully. Forceful population policy చేసి ఇది ఉంటుంది. Rather than that, focus on ఇదంతా సింగిల్ పాయింటే empowerment. You should not allow this thing. You have to focus on empowerment of women. In this poverty elevation చేయండి. Increase the minimum age of marriage. Increase the minimum age of marriage. 21 చేశారు, ఈక్వల్ చేశారు. సో అట్లా యూ క్యాన్ లుక్ ఎట్ దోస్ థింగ్స్. Dependency, insurance policies, social security. Increase social security. Access to health care, education, skill-based education, vocational education. Everyone need not to become PhD fellows. Not possible also. So skilled employability. Increase those aspects. Focus on 90% of the people who are in unorganized sector. Okay. Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. These are also good to strengthen our infrastructure or employment availabilities. So, దీని మీద చేయండి, ఎడ్యుకేషన్ చేయండి, ఇన్వాల్వ్ నాన్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్, NGOs, మెడికల్ ఫెసిలిటీస్ కానీ, అవేర్నెస్ కానీ, హమ్దో హమారేదో. So, this type of awareness you have to generate. Then only it is possible. Fine. So, this is about population control policy. Next theme which we can look into is juvenile. Juvenile Justice Amendments. Juvenile Justice Act Amendment. Who is a juvenile? Juvenile is a person who is in conflict. Person ante especially children. Child in conflict with law. That is the standard definition. Juvenile means what? A child in conflict with law. Means a child who has committed crime. It can be a petty crime. From a simple theft to murder. From petty crimes to heinous crimes. If a child has committed under 18, general definition, if he or she has committed a crime, he is called as what? Juvenile. Okay. So why? See, if a person has committed some theft, why special provisions we are keeping? Why can't we have direct laws? For murder, this much life imprisonment or death sentence. Yes or no? We already have laws. For juveniles, why there is a separate law? Juveniles will not be kept under prisons. Chanchalguda Central Jail, no. They will be kept in separate juvenile homes. Why such special protection? Annadantlo, this is being done because it is assumed that a child can't do anything on his or her own. He will be under the influence of others. Okay, so he can be easily rehabilitated. Proper training ichi, proper schooling ichi, proper skilling iste, it's very easy to fine tune. So if you punish them severely at a tender age, they will become super criminals. If you keep them in jails, they will have extended training in the jails, because in normal jails you will have the actual cutter criminals. They will give training. I did this at the age of 35. Learn from me. Do it at the age of 20 only. Kitna future hai terko. Direct coaching. Online, offline, everything. So they have to be treated separately. The problem comes now is, see, juvenile is not only related to crime or not. That's not that. After Nirbhaya incident 2012, you might have known, it's almost a lot of time, but people have known this heinous crime, rape. In that, one was juvenile, under 18. Okay, so he is not given death sentence. He is given only 3 years punishment. He committed very heinous crime, but he was given only how much punishment? 3 years punishment. So this debate came up. Why so much of differentiating? Just a matter of few months he escaped. We thought he's still alive, out somewhere, undisclosed location. Okay. So why you are separating Bolke? Then they made an amendment in 2015 by saying that for heinous crimes, what is heinous? Who will decide? Not the judiciary. There is a Juvenile Justice Board. Separate board is there. It will have a psychologist. It will have a woman. They will decide whether that person, okay, he has committed it under his own or under the influence of someone. So, for 16 to 18 years, if they commit heinous crime, they will be treated as adult laws only will come into picture. So, below 16, if he committed heinous crime also, he has to be treated as juvenile, child only. No severe punishments. Okay, so that is the argument. See, this is not the debate for which this is in news. Actually, this act is again subjected to new amendment. What is amendment? New change, new modifications they have done. So this Juvenile Justice Act, it has evolved in various waves. Even in Nirbhaya also, they said this, 2015 they made this amendment. But why that, after changing this also, why that person got only 3 years of punishment? Because criminal laws can't be applied retrospectively. Backward application is not possible. It's a criminal thing. Criminal act cannot be punished retrospectively. Backward you can't. But civil, you can go retrospectively. That Vodafone case. They taxed from 2012, 11. You changed the tax. You paid 30% tax, suppose. One fine day, finance minister comes and says that, no, we are changing the law. From 2011, you pay 35%. Can this be done? It is 2019, 22. How you can charge me with 2011? No, we can charge with respect to civil laws. Allowed. Not with respect to criminal laws. By the time 2012, the crime Nirbhaya was committed, there is no such law. That's the reason he is still treated with that Juvenile Act only. Now, the debate is, with respect to Juvenile Justice Act, there are Juvenile Justice Board, Child Welfare Committees, separate homes, separate things for juveniles. More focus is given on rehabilitation. All this was also fine. They have to function on adoption also. Because many of these juveniles, they don't have parents, they are orphans. That's the reason they are easily under the influence of antisocial elements. Yes or no? So they have created adoption regulations also. Central Adoption Regulatory Authority. CARA also they have created. Gave statutory backup to this. All these things was done under Juvenile Justice Board, JJ Act. Okay, but now the amendment which they are focusing now on was, they gave extraordinary powers to district magistrate. In the new amendment, they changed the type of offense. New offenses they have done, no doubt. They added offenses. But over the decision to give about, especially with respect to adoption, especially with respect to punishment, who is empowered? District magistrate is empowered. So they are taking away the powers from judiciary. If this person is there, suppose there is some adoption issue, who will decide? DM will decide. So like that, they are empowering the executive. That is the issue in this Amendment Act. Child Welfare Committee, serious offences, DM is become more powerful. Okay, they have given, if suppose you are not agreeing with the decision of district magistrate, where you have to go? You have to go to divisional commissioner, again executive authority. So we are taking away the powers from judiciary and giving it to executive bodies. That's the reason this is in controversy. Because this is going in the direction of executive overreach. Already district magistrate is overburdened. Overburdened with what? From roads, lockdown, any activity. Who is the center point of contact? District magistrate. Disaster management to schools, health, roads, industries in a district. Who is the whole point of contact? District magistrate. Already he is overburdened. Now you are overburdened again with these responsibilities. How far can you say that proper justice will be delivered? The government argument is the judiciary is always late, my dear. This is who is replying? Government. Government is saying there are only 4 crore cases pending in the judiciary. And already judiciary is overburdened. We are delegating these functions to the executive because faster delivery of justice is obtained. We want to take juveniles in a very serious manner. We want to develop foster homes also. Foster homes concept is not much matured in India. What are foster homes? Foster homes ante enti? See, you are well settled. Well settled need not be Ambani, na? Yes or no? You are settled, happy. But you are not ready for a bigger responsibility of adopting a child. You have your children, you have your own responsibilities, but you are not ready to take some child as your lifetime responsibility. Because it's a very big activity. Yes or no? But you are ready to take care of that child for 1 year, 6 months. Government will grant a child to you. He or she will be taken care by you. Some government will give some allowance also. Okay. This concept is highly matured in West. Because families are broken up. If a couple is 10 years together, people will watch with something. From ages they have come, 10 years they are together. Generally. So divorce rates are high. Drug addiction is high. Crime is high. A mother died, father in jail. What this child will do? Can't do, na? So foster homes concept got developed there. That we have huge potential in India. Okay, we are not focusing. So government says all these things we will do. Okay, that's the reason we are taking away. Everything can't be decided by judiciary. Bolke the government is explained it is a faster delivery, and they have strengthened child welfare committees also in the new amendment. In the new amendment, they have strengthened child welfare committees. Who should be members of this child welfare committee? Previously, it was done very arbitrarily. Now they say that if a person has a record of violation of human rights, violation of child rights, a person employed a child in his home, how can be is a part of child welfare committee? Yes or no? So like that they have clearly things. Now if he is convicted of some offense of morality also, this is very general. Moral offense also he has committed, corruption he has done. All these fellows can't be member of child welfare committee. So they are defining the things actually. They are giving more power to the states also. Appointment of these members will be done by states. Okay. So ala danni, because it is a concurrent subject, but states koncham ekku power istunnaru. So the government is in support of what? These recent amendments to which act? Juvenile Justice Amendment 21-22 smoothly implement avutari, strengthen cheyali. So it will also remove the ambiguity. There are many things. Local level lo women's ministry untundi. Then we have National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. ఇవన్నీ అడాప్షన్ అన్ని ఎవరు చూసుకునే వాళ్ళు? నేషనల్ కమిషన్ ఫర్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ చైల్డ్ రైట్స్. ఎవ్రీథింగ్ యాజ్ అ సెంట్రలైజ్డ్ అథారిటీ ఉండేది ఇంతకు ముందు. సో ఆల్రెడీ దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ హ్యావింగ్ లెస్ హ్యూమన్ రిసోర్సెస్. హౌ క్యాన్ ఇట్ టేక్ కేర్ ఫర్ ద హోల్ కంట్రీ? దట్స్ ద రీజన్ వీఆర్ డీసెంట్రలైజింగ్ ఎట్ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ లెవెల్. హూ విల్ టేక్ కేర్ ఫ్రమ్ నౌ? డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ మేజిస్ట్రేట్ అండ్ హిస్ సపోర్టెడ్. తను లేకపోతే ఇంకా atla. So this is the argument given by the government. They are going to implement this also. Simplification chestunnaru, adoptions, welfare committee, right? So in this manner you can look. And they want to focus on, with respect to juveniles, they want to focus on attitudinal change. If a person has committed some crime, the thing is he will be branded. Yes or no? He is unfit. Inga veedu donge. Well, father is a thief, so he is also thief. If he has committed some small theft, it will be branded. That's the reason we don't want that. So there was a proposal, not related to this directly, sexual offenders list okati pettali ani. Offenders registry. Okay. So previously this was in discussion. Why can't we have a sexual offenders registry? Like you go to your Google and you search for what are the restaurants, masala dosha restaurants in Ashok Nagar. it will be displayed point wise. Yes or no? So like that in USA, in some of the states, they have made that registry. People will know who are the offenders in their locality, so that they can know that this person is there, he has a history of sexual offense. So I have to be more careful, especially with respect to my child or my family. That was the intention. We are not completely ready for this. Why? Because once you brand a person, will there be any scope for reformation? Difficult. Right? So that's the reason we are still debating. Then how we have to ensure safety? That's what we are looking at attitudes. Still things are not conclusive as of now. Okay? So as far as juveniles are concerned, don't brand them. Okay? The society should look at in a different attitudinal manner. More scope should be given. More chance for reformation should be given అన్నది మెన్షన్ చేశారు. అందుకనే వాళ్ళు కాగ్నిజబుల్, నాన్ కాగ్నిజబుల్ అఫెన్స్ని కూడా మార్చారు కొన్ని క్రైమ్స్లో. కాగ్నిజబుల్ మీన్స్ యూ క్యాన్ అరెస్ట్ వితౌట్ వారెంట్. అంత స్ట్రిక్ట్ పనిష్మెంట్స్ వద్దు చిల్డ్రన్కి. ఫైన్, యూ ఫాలో. దట్స్ ద రీజన్ దే ఆర్ సింప్లిఫైయింగ్ ద లాస్. ఆపోజిషన్ ఆర్ critics are commenting that you are diluting the juvenile justice law. No, I am not diluting. I am fitting up to the emerging times. I am decentralizing it. I am ensuring that there is more accountability. I am simplifying the procedure. And evaru antunnaru? Government antunnaru. So what you will write in UPSC? You will write government stand. Okay? At the end you will say that it should not be misused, because a district collector out of busy, he can simply misuse because his judgments will be final. Okay, offenses strict ga lekapothe they can become criminals. Ala oka point rasi conclude chestaru. Okay, so this is it. These are the things which we have to look. Okay, that's it. Tomorrow economy will continue.